whoa. Hey, everybody. Welcome into the Pillow Talk edition of Pugs and Company. This is the second of two offerings that we bring to you, streaming live each and every day on the Radio Misfits podcast and streaming network. We do a high noon show that comes on at noon. That's from noon to like 2. Mr. Popular. Okay. It's okay. People just always want to text me during this. Did you not send a link? I was wondering about this. Yeah, I did. All right. Hold on, folks. Hold on. Let's bring him in. He is the nighttime incarnation of the otherwise known as E the Artist. He is Sunglasses.
Hey.
Did you have any trouble with the link?
Yes.
You did. You had trouble with the link.
I did.
Was it a little bit different?
Yes.
Yeah, man. Everything is different. Everything. Now, I got James. Hold on a second. Hold on.
Like it's like asking me for my email, and then it's trying to do
this software.
Log me in and all this weird kind of stuff.
This software that we use must have updated itself or done something different, because I tried to sign in the way I always
It just showed up now. It just showed up now.
Yeah, because look, there's something weird with the software on this restream. It must have like updated or something, and everything's a little different. So E had a little bit of trouble. I had trouble signing in. So okay, connect.
All
right, there he is. That's James Parker. We got a full show for you tonight, boy. We've got a full show of personalities after a week of just me yelling about stuff like a crazy person up here in the 1%er guest house. So let me finish. I was doing the whole setup thing before. I won't say rudely. I'll say, I don't know. So he bummed in. I wanted to introduce him. All right, so this is the Pillow Talk edition. We do the high noon edition, which airs from noon to 2 each and every day. That's more current events driven, topics, that kind of thing. And then we do this Pillow Talk, which is a little bit more freeform, a little bit more, like wearing jeans without your underwear. It's a little bit more free, a little bit more. Oh, so here's James. Let me get James in here. Look at this, live from New Orleans. I thought you had moved completely back to Tyler, Texas, but no.
No, I'm in New Orleans. I'm just here until the house sells, so I'm sort of doing this urban camping thing still, where I don't have a refrigerator, and it's me and 2 cats, and I'm basically living out of the studio because I got to keep the rest of the house empty because goobers are coming by at all hours of the day for showings and things like that. So it's weird, man. I'm just in a weird spot.
Why does it sound like we're talking to you from the Mir space station?
What about that?
You sound really bad, like really tinny, like super tinny.
I don't know. I don't know what to tell you.
E, how's he sound to you?
It sounds like his microphone's not on, but somehow we're hearing him.
Yeah,
okay. Okay. So that means it's going on the wrong source. So I can fix that. Hang on.
Yeah.
I'm glad you said something. So,
yeah, now that E points that out, it absolutely does sound like you're on the wrong mic.
All right, now there you go.
There we go.
That's it. Look at Sunglasses. He don't say much, but when he does, it's important. He completely knew what the issue was. I didn't. No,
yes. Thank you very much, E. So to repeat, I'm just in a really weird spot. I have to keep my house empty and live out of this studio because it's a separate little building in the backyard. So it's me, and I moved the 2 cats back here with me because they were getting bored up there. Plus, they were kind of making the house smell funny. So now they're just back here with me in this little bitty studio. So,
hey, Sunglasses, I can't get your dog daughter out of here. I made a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, and then I walked into the bedroom because the phone was ringing, and I went to pick up, and guess what she did? She ate the peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
Imagine that.
She jumped up on the counter and she ate the peanut butter and jelly sandwich. And let me tell you something. I don't think this dog has ever had a peanut butter and jelly sandwich before, because her tail was banging. She was like, yes, what was that? I want more of that.
Oh, no.
Yeah. So now she's got a peanut butter and jelly thing.
Well, just make sure that we don't let her out in the middle of the night so she starts barking, because the neighbors are getting hot about that.
Oh, are they really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, boy. Yeah. Did they say something?
Yep.
What'd they say?
Oh, they left a note on the door.
Oh man. How long ago?
Like about 4 or 5 days ago. I didn't say anything though.
Yeah.
I was just irritated, but I knew it was her because she was like 4:30 in the morning or something.
Oh, it was that early.
The day I heard it, I think I
Oh,
told you about it. I was like,
yeah. No, when she when she stays over here, she gets let out about 7:30, 8 o'clock in the morning. That's what
yeah,
that's what
that's
she told me.
fine. That's
Yeah.
fine. But that night, for some reason, you let her out at like 3 or 4 because I heard her.
Well, sometimes I let her out and I just assume she goes back home.
Yeah. I
She
don't
must
think
have.
she did that night. But anyway.
Yeah. No, if when she barks late at night like that, I typically hear her. So I must have missed that one. But she went crazy. If you remember the night that James Parker was staying in the Ed wing of the house and you were out of town and she was barricaded from being in the house
Mm-hmm.
because I don't know, she didn't like you, James. Wow.
I thought she was nibbling on my foot. That's kind of nice, right? When they try and eat your shoe,
Yeah.
kind of
I
affection.
don't
I
know.
like her. I thought we got along great.
Yeah. So we had to barricade the dog door. And she did not like not being barricaded. So it was like 9 o'clock at night and she was barking like crazy. And I thought, oh Jesus, that's that look, if I was a neighbor, I'd be upset about that too. So that's when we sent my son back to the guest house and he took her with him. And that's how we solved that problem. She just had to stay here with him while James and I watched Michael Che and Bo Burnham. Watched a couple of comedy specials on Netflix.
And dang, were both of those good.
Yeah, they were. They were both good. They were both good. I told my son that I hipped you to Bo Burnham, and he's very excited. He sees you as a kindred spirit now. Because-
Yeah.
Did he get it though? Did he get it? Because most people won't get it. I go, no, dude. James is a musical genius. He got it. He totally was down with the whole mixing of music. Hi, Jeff. Hi, Steve. Everybody's in the chat room.
That's exactly what I've been trying to do, just way better.
Just way better. And you got to get the big Hollywood agent, I guess. I guess that's
And it was better.
not by much. Not by much. You know what I say? Everything is about opportunity. You know, he just had the opportunity. Bo Burnham had the opportunity to get.
I was on the Pugs and Kelly show.
You were on the Pugs and Kelly show. He was on YouTube
in its prime, like Sybil, Eric, everything through the Bobby phase.
Yeah, well, very good. All right, so I'm in a very good mood today. I have nothing prepared. I have been just overwhelmed with hyper focused exuberance and internet conversation for the last couple of hours. And I do have something that we can do today. I found an interesting article this afternoon that I was reading that I thought, ooh, I'm going to bring this on the air. It's an article about what life was like for playmates at the Playboy Mansion. Ooh, they are dishing and they are telling stories. They are telling stories about what the sex rituals were like with you. So we can get into that if we want.
Yeah, I think everyone likes sex, Pugs.
Everybody likes it. Well, this is some good stuff. These girls are talking now that the old man's dead.
Well, did you watch the reality show that he had with his 3 girlfriends?
No.
Okay.
No, and I got into a very pissy fight with one of them, Kendra Wilkinson. I got into a big pissing. She was a snot, and the Holly Madison girl tried to make it better, but it was at the Grammys one year.
So that's 2 of them. That's fantastic. See, when I lived with the lesbian couple, I had to watch that, and I had to watch the L Word, and they were trying to make me watch Sex in the City, but I'd already seen all of them because of the previous girlfriend. So
I never watched Sex in the City. I was out on that.
It's all right. It's survivable.
Is it really?
Yeah, it is. It is because it has. For one thing, they're just. And I'm not using this word loosely. They're just such sluts. Like, you wish girls are not really like this. Girls cannot really be like this. I don't care if they're in the middle of Midtown Manhattan on the Upper West Side or whatever the heck they're talking about. They were too easy. So it's just girls sleeping around every episode. They're just sleeping around.
Did you watch the HBO Lena Dunham series Girls?
Oh, that too. I had to watch that. Yeah.
Are you kidding me? It's a guy. I wouldn't watch that either, but I was told that that's just Sex in the City with ugly people, which I thought was funny.
What guy in it? Isn't that where I first saw? Is that where I first saw Adam Driver?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's where Adam
Yeah.
Driver came
And
from.
actually, he was good. He was good in it. Lena Dunham wasn't bad.
He's
The
good in everything.
Is he?
Yes, he's
I guess
awesome.
so. Like, I'm just kind of realizing this. Like, man, he kind of is good.
Yeah,
Like,
he's
he was
awesome.
a good Kylo Ren. I liked him as Kylo Ren. That was good.
I like him in everything. Everything that guy does. He's supposed to be really good in the House of Gucci as the main star, the guy that's married to Lady Gaga who gets whacked.
Okay. Yeah. I hadn't seen it yet. Probably will.
Yeah. How about you? Lee? Have you seen that yet? I know that was high.
I have not. It was high on my list. I haven't seen it yet. I have seen the new Ghostbusters.
Oh yeah, you had the kid. How's the new
went to see that.
How's
I
that?
hear
You know, for a Ghostbusters movie, I guess it's good.
It's got Paul Rudd, right?
Yep.
Can't be bad if Paul Rudd's in it. Paul Rudd makes everything good.
And all the old Ghostbusters make an appearance, except for the one that's dead. But
I was gonna say that'd be a cool trick. They can do anything with CGI. Hey, look, and Harold Ramis is here. All right, let's see here. What do we like to do?
Time for the monologue.
Nah, let's do the moment of joy. Oh, should we do the monologue first? We haven't done the monologue in so long.
The screen's up.
This was. Yeah. Okay. There you go. That's how he lets me know. All right. Here we go. It's time for the monologue. All right, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome into the Oval Room here high atop the One Percenter compound in the Guest House Lounge. He is the global sensation known from stages far and wide, the man of many jokes, many stories. I've run out of things to say. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage, James Hamilton Parker.
Thank you so much. Black Friday stampedes were reported all across the country over the weekend. Shoppers were getting trampled like the Dallas Cowboys defense.
Oh,
That hurt.
Ouch.
Hey, former Empire star Jussie Smollett's trial began today. They're doing the jury selection, and I hear their lunch is catered by Subway.
Oh.
If not, they missed out a great promotional opportunity. They should.
So we talked about that at length, as I consider myself the nation's foremost historian on that story. So if you want to bring that back and give your hot take on the whole Jussie Smollett situation, I'd be pleased to oblige. James, continue.
Noted. Over the weekend, a 7.5 magnitude earthquake struck Peru. Only one injury was reported. A boy had stepped on a crack and broke his mother's back.
Oh, what the?
You don't appreciate tectonic humor. I get it. The State Department is warning Americans against traveling to Burma. Burma is also known as Myanmar, which is a Burmese word meaning Burma. I was going to say something smart. According to National Enquirer, former Baywatch babe Pamela Anderson's been packing on the pounds. To give you an idea of how big she is, she's been cast in a new show. It's going to be on Netflix. It's called Whale Watch. Dang. In Bellevue, Nebraska, employees of a bakery received $2,000 tip on a $5 order. Which is good news for the bakers who need the dough.
Need the dough.
I got it. Hey, Eric Clapton's 1968 Martin D45 guitar, the one he played on the Derek and the Dominoes debut album. It just sold at auction for $625,000. No strings attached. That was bad. All right. In Panama City, Florida, several women were arrested for prostitution at 6 massage parlors. Cops said the suspects were rubbing the customers the wrong way.
That one's good.
That's a dad joke. And finally, Finally. Today is Cyber Monday. I didn't want to miss out on all the bargains, so last night I camped out in front of my computer.
Oh, okay.
I think that was his best ever monologue.
Only because I was most on with the sound effects. I
It
was
helped.
good. Tell me I was not good with the sound effects today. Did I follow your instructions appropriately, even though you had CSI twice in a row? And I was like, well, I guess he wants it. So
Hey,
I'll
I
give
had
to
it
him.
3 times in a row, and I scrubbed the third joke. I was going to do a whole series. I was
Oh,
really
really?
run it into the ground. Just really run it into the ground.
Well, I assume that was just a mistake.
Look at my
I
cat
assume-
sleeping in front of camera too. Dang it, cat.
That's pretty cute. That's pretty cute. Here. Okay. So let's do a little moment of joy. I want to show this to you guys. Now, I don't know how to describe this other than I'll just say this. Do not take your eyes off it. Watch it for the entire time. And this is pure art. This is absolute art. This is the greatest foreign short film I have ever seen. This is better than Fellini. This is better than Bergman. This is better than anything M. Night Shyamalan Ding Dong could ever dream up. This, my friend, is absolute pure art at its finest. So watch this. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Hold on. Any second. All right. Here we go. All right, hold on. Oh no, hold on. Oh, I messed it up. I want you to see it from the beginning. Okay, I need to make it bigger, don't I? Yes, I do.
Yeah. So what is that writing? Is that Cyrillic? Is that what that writing is?
I don't know. This looks like
Well, let's go look back at it because that might be like Bangladeshi or something. That's totally different.
I think that this is like in Russia. I think this is like in like
Cyrillic.
yeah, like the Georgians, the Baltic states. You know. Okay, so watch this. We got a guy and a girl arguing, right? All right. You see that? They're arguing. He's having a problem. He's like, come on, baby. She's like, I don't want no more with you. I don't want no more. And then you got the old lady in the background crossing the busy street.
You think they're Italian?
With a walker?
Yeah, I don't know what's going on here. All I know is that this is the greatest short film I've ever seen. No sound.
Looks like she's got the hurricane.
No sound. Okay. All right. They're still arguing.
Is this broad going to get run over? You're sitting in the middle of a busy street picking up.
Hey, cats entered the picture. There's a cat now. Director, cue the cat. Old lady, busy. Look at him. He's pulling on her. No, I don't want you. I'm going to help the boy, the girl, the old lady. Oh, I'm sorry, ma'am. Let me help you with your orange. Come on, you go, old lady. Old lady, go.
And this car's getting really close to her.
Yeah. Ow! What the hell is going on here? He's like, I'm sorry, old lady. I give you a kiss. Was it crazy? I almost got killed. If it wasn't for the old lady, I would have gotten hit by that. Shut up, bitch. Look, now they're going to help her. Was that the greatest short film you've ever seen in your life? Whether it's the old lady in the background, the oranges spilling all over the street, the man and the woman having the argument in the foreground, the cat entering the picture, the cars whizzing by, the lady struggling to pick up the oranges, the girl finally pushing off the boyfriend and going to help the old lady with the oranges, the boyfriend saying, what are you helping her for? And then finally going to help, and then something falling right where they were standing. Oh, Fellini.
You're really bored.
Fuck you. That was brilliant. That was genius. I can't help it. What do you know? What do you know about art? You don't know anything about the creative beauty of the human spirit. That's what that was. There was so much drama. There was so much going on. That was just, we didn't need sound. That was just beauty. You know what? Why don't you go put a white piece of paper up on the wall and just throw some paint and sell it to some rich douchebags for 10 grand? Go ahead, Mr. Artist. If you can't recognize pure genius, then I don't want anything to do with you.
Where'd you find that?
I don't know. It was trending on Twitter.
Twitter?
I don't know. That was awesome. That was awesome. And I don't care. And you know what? I
What
hope
was so joyful about it?
Why are you so marred in one emotion? Joyful.
Well, you said that was our moment of joy.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Yeah. You kind of backed me into a corner there. No, you're right. That had the entire spectrum of human emotion, right? We're going to watch it again. We're going to watch it again.
Us, dude.
People, we're going to watch it again. Except I can't find. Yeah, here it is. All right, here we go. We'll just watch it again. This is absolute pure beauty. Look at this. They're arguing. First of all, James, here's why I don't think it's an Arab country. Look at how she's dressed. Women don't dress like that.
Yeah, I'm starting to think more like Italy.
Russia, Turkey.
Well, look, you can also tell that when the cars start to get real short like that, it's more of a second world country. So it's like a Romania or a Moldova.
I'm seeing prostitution. He
Is
doesn't
that
want to pay her.
Oh no!
Oh no, that's boyfriend and girlfriend.
Look how long that skirt is.
Come
on,
that's
man.
boyfriend and girlfriend. Look at her now. She's helping. She's like, I'm gonna help you, old lady. Where do you go? Go on then.
It's like a
Come on.
Slovenia,
Go on, you streetwalker. Get out of here.
What? Here we go. Oh man. Come on now. They're all looking. I can't tell if she's hot or not. James, you got to be my barometer. Is she hot?
The grandma? No.
No, not the
Way
grandma.
too old.
Not the grandma, the other one.
Oh,
E?
definitely. Definitely.
E, what do you think?
I don't think anything.
Well, that's
Fine. Don't
fortunate for you.
You know, this could be like Libya or Tunisia.
Oh, now that they've got their, now that they've had their, Muslim fall or Arab Spring or whatever, now that they're dressing like that, is that what you're getting at?
Yeah.
I don't know. All right, let's see here. Let's see what we got.
Cyrillic alphabet. You know what? Maybe it's Kazakhstan.
Yeah, maybe somewhere like that.
They had a weird colored curb. Looked like they were at the Grand Prix.
Mexico.
So what you get out of that? One of the most articulate displays of the visual expression of human emotion. And you're noticing the color of the curbs.
All right, can I go first?
They were black and white. Like that's like a foreign country for sure.
I got something if y'all ready to start with the topics.
Yeah, James, I'm ready.
Can I give one more breaking news though first? Just
Yeah.
because this is something that we've been following for a while.
Yeah.
So first day back at Highland Park today.
Oh, the pooper struck again.
The pooper struck again, but the pooper was caught. Apprehended in the act.
Did they lay a poop trap?
Well, evidently, he was in the middle of pooping, and a fourth grader that was in my son's class went into the bathroom, and there were logs on the ground, and he was still in the bathroom. So he immediately left the bathroom.
Yeah, got to reset for people that don't know. For people that don't know, that haven't been following this, because we've been covering this story for a couple of weeks now on both the afternoon show and
a couple of months, actually.
A couple of months. E's son goes to school here in beautiful Highland Park, Texas, and there has been someone we've dubbed the Mad Pooper. They've been dropping turds in the middle of the floor of the bathroom, right? It's always
and where the stall is, he doesn't go in the toilet. He goes off to the side.
Okay. And they've sent letters home. They're very concerned. There are a lot of people were trying to figure out who the Mad Pooper was. And every time that he would strike, we would bring that update to you here. And so now here we are, E telling us that today we have not only identified a suspect, but do we have someone in custody?
Well, so the way the story goes, he was in the middle of doing his business, and a fourth grader walked into the bathroom. He had been in there for a while. You know, they have the sign out sheet. And so they made all the kids now, every time they're going to the bathroom, they got to sign out. And then they got to sign back in. So this kid's a third grader, and he had meandered his way up to the fourth grade bathroom. Fourth grader goes in the bathroom, and he obviously smells something because it's on the floor. And so he looks underneath, and the kid's in the stall
Yeah.
And so he immediately leaves the bathroom, goes back to his class, and tells his teacher that he thinks that the poop bandit is in the act,
Mad Pooper. Oh,
the mad pooper. So then they send him down to the principal's office, and he goes to the principal's office, and the principal, obviously, she was the one who was upset about this. She made the apprehension. So
someone is in custody.
In custody. It's not, according to my son, it's not yet been confirmed.
Oh,
but
It's a
custody.
third grader.
It is a third grader.
Third grader. Wow. And it is a boy. We've established
boy.
Probably a boy. Okay.
Yep.
No girl.
Got a little sloppy first day back.
Oh, well, it's probably been backed up. He's probably been, itching to,
I do find it funny, though, that the first
back
day
in the
back
game.
after a week, he decided he was going to do
Gotta
it today.
Gotta poop, y'all. Some people gotta dance. Some people gotta fish. Some people gotta rock.
This kid's got to poop.
He's got to poop.
First day back, brazen. Just,
Right.
just
Right.
brazen. I am going to, they'll never expect me to be this active this early.
Because he had slowed it down for a while, remember? And then he started getting creative. He was like wiping it on the toilet and using his stick and doing all kinds of weird stuff with it.
What's going on with that kid? What's going on?
So, I don't know. We're going to see tomorrow. There might be an expulsion.
No, you can't.
Yes.
You gotta protect the mad pooper's identity. He's just a kid. This shit is gonna, no pun intended. This is going to stick with this kid all through high school, all through when he gets to college and there's another kid from his school, from his neighborhood that shows up to the college, that kid's going to be like, hey, that dude was the mad pooper in third grade. You don't walk away from being the mad pooper. This is going to stick. He's got to change schools. He's got to change.
Yeah, I think, he's definitely got to change schools. I mean, this is going to be like,
sell the
they
house.
got to move. They're out of the neighborhood. Like,
yeah, you can't be the parents of the mad pooper.
I mean, as many months as this went on, I mean, it's just been like, imagine if you're the parent like that. That's what I was thinking today. Like, imagine just if you're the parent and you're going home and you get the call today, your son has been identified as the mad pooper.
Man, I really feel for him. I do. I actually feel for the mad pooper.
You think it's something psychological, like?
Yes, of course it is. Something happened to the mad pooper where this is,
got to him. Like Batman saw his parents killed in front of his face. I don't know. I don't want to know what the mad pooper saw.
But okay, let's forget about the mad pooper. How do you want to be the father of the mad pooper? Like, how's that? How's that going to play at the dad's club? What's that?
It's not going to play very well, Pugs.
That is, I mean, as a parent, you just got to be like, okay, I love you, but a little bit less because you're the mad pooper. I mean, I still love you, but if you've got a brother or sister, they're now in the lead. Yeah. Oh man.
Oh, it's going to be interesting to hear the details tomorrow because evidently it happened late in the day today. It was like the end of day.
Jeff Glenn says, if I was that kid, I'd be demanding the prove it through DNA or drop the charges.
Oh, gross.
Somebody called Barry Sheck from the Innocence Project. Prove it's my poop. I'm a patsy. All right, James, what do you got?
All right, so just bear with me. There's a point to this. I was at a kid's birthday party over the weekend, and they had these little piñatas as decorations that were shaped like the llama from Fortnite. So you pop them open and just random candy comes out, like Smarties and stuff like that. And the dads are kind of standing around one side of the table, and one of the wives goes, hey, do y'all want some of this candy? And we're like, no, we don't care about candy. And the guy next to me goes, actually, yeah. And he reaches down and he picks up one of these little, oh man, I ate it. It's the strawberries. It looks like a strawberry. It has the strawberry wrapping, and you twist the top, and the tip top of it is green. But it
Okay,
doesn't have.
so are you talking about one of these little hard candies that are wrapped in like the foil almost?
Yeah,
It
and so
looks like
and inside is the strawberry
yeah,
goo.
yeah.
It's like some gel that's just super strawberry flavored.
Okay.
So I held it up and I looked at all the parents, gave them one of these, and I was like, "What is this called?" And they're like, the strawberry candy." I'm like, "Yeah, but does it have a name? Is it like a Skittle? Is it a Nerd? Is it a Chicken Stick? What's the name of this?" And they're like, "The strawberry thing." I'm like, "Who makes it? Where does it come from?" Nobody knew. So we had to look it up on our phones, and it's from a company named Arcor that started 70 years ago when this guy who was selling candy door to door, that was a thing.
Huh?
Yeah, and he's in like Cordoba, Argentina, selling candy door to door, and he's like, "I'm going to make my own candy." So he like splits off on his own, and this is where we look,
How do you spell that? I want to look at exactly what you're
Arcor, Arcor.
Our core strawberry candy. Okay.
Yeah, and they make other things, and some of it,
Yeah, those damn things. Of course, we've seen those our whole life. Those
okay.
are like trash candy. Nobody likes those.
No, everyone loves those, but no
Oh,
one
do they?
like buys them. Have you ever bought them?
No.
No,
No, they just
show
showed up
up
in my
like-
grandma's candy bowl.
Yeah, a grandma's candy bowl or like a teacher's candy bowl, or it show
Yeah.
up like when you go to the bank or like anyway. So everyone knew what they were. Everyone liked them and has had them 1,000 times, but no one knew what they were called. No one knew that they came from Argentina. This is like, not only is this like something that's a staple here, they have a few products that are staples all over the world. And our core, these stupid little strawberry candies, are Argentina's largest food company.
Yeah, well, the name. Now it's coming together. The name.
Are there the ones that like have that jelly inside them? Kind
Exactly.
of like.
Yes. And everyone
Yeah.
loves that. I love
These
that. And you
things.
love that. and
Yeah.
Yeah, those things.
yes.
Yeah. I don't know where you buy them, but I've had them.
Exactly. No one's ever bought them, but we've all had them.
That's a
They
good
show
point.
up like manna when you're wandering in the desert long enough. In Argentina, these things just pop out of the ground.
Yeah, they're like salt to me. I have never purchased salt in my life. I've just always had it available
No
to me.
shortage. There's no shortage of these things.
There's always been a salt shaker somewhere, and it's always been filled with salt. I've never refilled a salt shaker. It's always there.
Yeah. Like where do you buy those? Like they're at restaurants. Like sometimes you'll get them like at the restaurant, like in a bowl.
We've never thought about it though. We never thought about it, and it just struck me at this stupid birthday party because I wanted to say, "Hey, will you hand me one of those?" And you don't want to sound like an idiot in front of a bunch of new parents. So hand me a strawberry thing, you bobber dude.
They're called strawberry bonbon candies by Arcor. That's what I'm reading.
Right, but no one calls them that. And if you said strawberry bonbon, no one would know what you're talking about.
I don't even know what a
It's a
bonbon.
mystery, that candy.
Yeah, actually, I was doing some more looking into it too. In Argentina, what do they call them? Fresas rellenos. So that just means stuffed strawberry.
So
like
dude
chili
just
relleno.
made these. A dude just made these in his kitchen and started selling them door to door. And now they're like an international mystery.
Well, see, it's the cool part is, yeah, it just started as like some dude 70 years ago who was a door-to-door candy salesman who split off on his own. But these things are around the world. Like, I don't know if they're in the mountains of Afghanistan, but like we're not the only country where these things just show up. So how weird is it if you go to like Bulgaria, right? You're at the hostess stand of some restaurant waiting for your table, and they have a little bowl with these things.
And it's the only candy that is fashioned that way. Like, I don't know of another candy that's hard on the inside and gooey jelly like that or hard on the outside and gooey jelly like that on the inside, other than like the Tootsie Pop. But the Tootsie Pop or Tootsie Roll thing in the middle is nothing like the jelly that's in the inside of this.
Yeah, they've really got their own little thing. They nailed it, and they have been rewarded handsomely. Again,
is it just strawberry? Like, is that his only flavor? Like he's a
no.
one-hit
Actually,
wonder?
they have a ton of other products, and some of them have really caught on in other countries, and we don't even have them here. But if you go through the website, they have a bunch of stuff that looks good. And I'm about this close to just ordering like 90 dollars worth of super random candy from Argentina as a Christmas gifts and just handing them out just because it looks like it doesn't even look real. Like when this stuff that's from other countries, like it looks like it fell off the back of a truck in Romania. Like I don't like half the stuff in Big Lots that I buy.
Yeah, that's my next Halloween pass out. Like you be known as the guy that passes out the strawberry candies. Nobody would know.
They're super cheap, so you can just hand out giant handfuls of them, just rain them on these kids. But also they make a kosher version as well that they sell in Israel and a few other places. So you could go that route.
Well, that's an interesting topic for the show, James.
That is. And let me take it one step further. Do you have any answers for me on what the hell these are? Aren't these in the same category?
Wow.
These things are just like those other things, right?
Yeah, you find those in bulk, but you don't know where they come from.
They just show up.
Let me tell you something. These things are delicious. I
They
don't know
are.
what these are, but whenever I get one of these things are awesome. These are all old people candy that our taste buds, maybe they were like from generations before us.
I think those you get like at Hispanic restaurants.
These things, these are known as goat's caramel creams. And yes, Emily says those are fat cowtails. They are. Cowtails are from goats as well. Cowtails are just longer versions of these. But these are like the originals. These like go back to the 1930s candy, like stuff that, your grandma would have. And butterscotch, right? Your grandma also always had.
Oh yeah, they had but those were Brock's. You would get the Brock's butterscotch. Like that was definitely grandma candy.
Yeah.
Well, Brock's makes a knockoff of those strawberries, but they've never caught on. And I've seen them before, but it's kind of a rarity. And it's almost like embarrassing. Like, dude, you're really trying over there, but it's not the real thing.
You're telling me that Brock's has a knockoff strawberry candy?
Look, I didn't actually research this earlier. That's just off the top of my head. I remember, and there's a couple other companies who've tried to knock off the strawberry, but like it's such an obvious copy that it's almost embarrassing.
Oh my God. Holy cow. Dude, they should be sued. Are you ready to see the Brock's strawberry candies? Oh my God.
Don't tell me it's wrapper and all.
Look at them.
Oh my.
That is a rip job. I don't even know what I've seen more of. I just assumed.
I've never seen the Brock's version.
I think I have. I think I've only seen the Brock's version. This one looks more familiar to me than the Argentinian one.
No, I'd recognize the label. Like Brock's has got their label around it. The ones I always see are just straight strawberry.
Yep. Those are the ones straight from Argentina.
Okay, awesome.
Isn't that sweet? Argentina. What else do you have in your house or that's been a part of your life every holiday or all just ubiquitous, always been there from Argentina? That might be the only one.
Yeah, I don't know. I have no idea. All right, very good. Hey, you guys talk about yourself for a second. I need to get a refill. You don't like it when I do this, do you?
No, see, I now keep it next to the desk.
Took my headphones off. I can't hear you. I'll be right back.
So, hey, you were gone?
Yes.
For how long? You were in Austin?
I went to the Stones concert in Austin.
For like a week, though? That thing only lasted one night?
For a week. And then after that, we went to this place called Kalahari in Round Rock. It's like an the world's largest indoor water park. And so they had like all kinds of crazy stuff there. And then they had like a huge indoor arcade with a ropes course and an indoor like roller coaster and a small kind of Superman up and down thing and games out the wazoo. And and then they had like 2 escape rooms, all the VR games you can imagine. It's crazy.
Did you do some of the VR games? Because my wife actually did some last weekend, and she said she did like this roller coaster that kind of made her sick.
Yeah, the VR games they're incredible. I mean, they charge a whole bunch for them, but yeah, it's I wish I had those things when I was a kid. Let's just put it that way.
What things?
The VR.
Oh,
the VR video games. I mean, they're just crazy. They had some escape rooms, but the escape rooms were booked out for like days.
Oh, so you didn't get to do any of that? My wife
Nope.
loves it, man. She loves
Nope. And then they had a furry convention.
like for real, or are you just being funny?
For real.
No, for real. We talk about
Woo!
yeah,
Man.
there were a bunch of furries, and then they had like a late night furry rave from like 12 to 3 in the morning at the water park. But I didn't do that. We stayed in our room.
No, because that that's
Would have
totally
been weird.
right. They don't just like dressing up like furries. It's a sex thing. They like doing it.
That's what I was. Yeah, that's exactly it. They're weird. They have like little holes in the zippers for where their genitals are and their little outfits. And we talked about this at noon.
If you're too freaky for me, you have a problem.
Yeah. Like, what is that like? Like, I asked this during the noon show today. Like, what are they attracted to? What is it that's getting the male erect? Having sex with a giant panda? I mean, what is that damage? What happened to that guy?
I have the same question about the dudes that are into feet. What happened to you?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Feet fetishes are strange. There's like entire porn categories of just girls showing their feet.
And the links that these guys will go to get to feet is bizarre. So I don't care that much about anything.
That's a good question. What is your freakiest sexual turn on, James?
Well, it ain't feet. I think you really missed the point, buddy. You are not you're not all there. Like there's like that's pretty much that's almost last on the list of where I would go on a chick.
But aside from the big four, like is there some the big four being butt, front butt, boobs, and face? You know, that those would be the big four. Boobs,
I'm
face.
supposed to know that. That
the big four, yeah.
I'm sorry, I feel bad. I don't know that.
Aside from the big four, is there a particular spot, a particular place, a particular thing that you like and that you look forward to, the way some pervert might get off on feet?
No, not compared to the big four. Geez, no.
Not compared to the big four. In addition to the big four, like elbows.
No, not really into elbows.
Hair, smelling hair.
Not a sniffer. No,
underarms. Some dudes love the armpits. The armpits are a turn on for some dudes.
God, like what do you got? A bunch of weird people,
This is not weird. This is all
it takes all kinds. I understand. I'm just not one of them. I'm not one of them. I'm really into what I'm really into, but I'm not into weird stuff.
Like some guys like ears. I had a girlfriend who was way into ears. Like she just loved playing with earlobes. Like it was just like totally.
Like, are those the people that get them pierced and put the gauges in them?
I don't know. Ear people? I don't know. No, it's just like okay, I'll give you an example for me. I love this part of the neck. The nape, I guess that would be called the nape of the neck. Oh my God. I love a long neck girl. For some reason, a long neck turns me on. And I particularly enjoy. Now, look, okay, so I don't think I would, be turned on by that on a porn site. Like I wouldn't just go looking for that exclusively. But I guess if you were to take my appreciation for a woman's neck, I guess if you were to take, it's like a vampire thing. I think that's what it is. I think it's a vampire thing. Like I just want to bite it. Like I just want to get in there and just bite.
So is that some of your Irish heritage? You think?
How so?
I don't know. Are like people in Ireland vampirish?
No, I don't think that is.
No, I watched a lot of National Geographic and Discovery and stuff, and that's where like cats and dog predators like to bite for the kill shot or to disable their prey.
Well, I think that it may have something to
dominant thing.
Vulnerability. I think that's what it is. I think that it is such a vulnerable spot of the human body that when it's given to you, it's there's a turn on to that. I think. I don't know. I can kiss a girl's neck for hours. I just like it. I like the neck. But again, I'm not going to Pornhub and searching hot necks. That's not something that I'm into. The way some of
So
these
you like necks, but you don't like giraffes.
Oh, I hate giraffes. Yeah, because they don't have sexy necks. They have freakishly large necks. And thank you so much for remembering that fun fact about me, about how I just hate giraffes.
Well, it's a little odd to me that you like the neck, but you hate the animal that's got the longest neck in the world.
I heard you love them. Yeah.
Big long neck cows. I don't like giraffes.
Everyone says you like them. Hey, all right. Can we circle back to the Jussie thing?
Oh, yeah, okay. Although I did have a funny,
Joke.
Now, I wanted to say, I said that I was just involved for like the 2 hours leading up to this show because big news, big things brewing in my world. One, Brian Kelly is finally gone as head coach of the Notre Dame Fighting Irish. And it's a bit of a shocker, but most Notre Dame fans, myself included, we've been wanting this for 5 years. This is like, okay, so this year he passed Newt Rockne for the most wins, and then LSU, Amel's team, came in and hired a 73-year-old nincompoop who is going to take your draft classes or your recruiting classes and ruin them. He's going to ruin them. But so I'm very excited about that. And most of Notre Dame Nation is.
Well, we got rid of Ed O.
Yeah, but okay. So you tell me this. You're an LSU fan, and I'm not trying to be combative here. I kind of liked Coach O. Wasn't he fun? What was his deal? Was he terrible?
I think he had some problems on campus with some of the girls.
Oh.
That got him into some issues.
Oh yeah,
bring girls to practice.
Was that it, James? Was he bringing?
Because
you're down there.
It was also part of it. There were a lot of his players that were getting in trouble that he didn't really care about, which it's kind of weird to me because, if a guy does something to you, don't go to his football coach, go to the cops maybe. But
so wait. What seemed to suggest that he was having maybe I misinterpreted
it's both. No, it's both.
He was having relations with co-eds. Coach O. Good for him. Good for him. So Coach O was having relations with co-eds, but then there was also like date rapey stuff going on.
Yeah, but I don't want to say that's constant or always happening, but
it does, especially with football programs.
There had been issues before. I don't want to pin it on him. There was issues with that before he got there, and that continued while he's here. And I'm sure they'll be there in a year or two. We might hear another story about how someone either punched a girl or pushed a girl or like stole her car or just something, touched her.
Now, I know that they've had a couple of down seasons, at least by LSU standards, and look, they play in the toughest conference in America, and they're a good team, a historically good team, and they've had a couple of bad seasons. But is it because he's a shit coach? I mean, I always thought that doesn't he have a national championship? Doesn't he?
He does. He's only a year and a half removed from it. It was Joe Burrow and Coach O for the 2019 season that ran the table, and I noticed he wasn't getting in trouble for co-eds then. So, does that play a part of it, man?
4 losses.
Yeah. Does that play a part in it? You really hope it doesn't, but I can't say it doesn't because look how it lines up. He didn't get in trouble when they were going undefeated. He got in trouble now. Okay, so I hope
like Les Miles, same thing. Kind of not the smartest bulb on the,
Yeah, Les Miles too. The guy who was there before Ed Ogeron. He whatever happened to him? I mean, he was a hell of a football coach, and then
I think he's at like North Carolina or something. He's back in it.
So okay, so he's not at a major program.
Well, look, this happens at a lot of programs. This happened to Art Briles. Remember the dude at Baylor?
Baylor, same thing.
Sure.
And look, it all came back too, and it kind of cleared him, but it was too late. Where's he at now? He's like at middle Kansas State or something. And the guy that succeeded him, Art Rule, I think already made it to the NFL.
Mike Leach, famous for getting bounced around heavy, and getting tossed out, not because he's a bad football coach, but because of other things that he did. And then who's the other guy? The guy who was at USC for a brief handshake, and then he went down and was working with Saban. He got
Urban Meyer?
No,
Oh,
Lane
no.
Lane Kiffin.
you know who
Lane
I'm thinking of.
Kiffin. Yeah.
Lane
Lane
Kiffin. Yeah. Lane Kiffin.
Yeah, he went to Arkansas.
Yeah. But funny that you bring up Urban Meyer, because that's why I've been embroiled in all of these like crazy Twitter, not even arguments, just
You've been embroiled?
celebration. I've been embroiled in these celebrations about Brian Kelly being gone, because not only is Brian Kelly trending at the moment, but so is Urban Meyer. You know why? Because Urban Meyer has a clause in his contract that says they have to let him go for the Notre Dame job. So we here at Notre Dame are all celebrating the fact that as of right now, Pro Football Focus is reporting that Urban Meyer is probably going to be here. I'll show you that this is the best tweet of the day. Now this is funny. Annie Agar.
Why does he want to go to Notre Dame?
It's his dream job. It has been his dream job the entire. He felt he wanted to leave Florida after winning a national title to take the Notre Dame job, but Notre Dame took Brian Kelly instead, and it's always been his dream job. So here, so this is Annie Agar, NFL. There we go. Look at that. Can you read the tweet that she put up there? She's an NFL reporter. With Notre Dame job possibly opening, this might be the second thing to fall into Urban Meyer's lap this year.
Hit the Cena sounder on that one. Go hit the John Cena sound effect. The bum bum bum, because that's a sick burn. That is a sick.
Is that a great tweet? Annie Agar is so funny. She's a great follow. She works for the NFL Network, but she's really funny. With Notre Dame job possibly opening up, this might be the second thing to fall into Urban Meyer's lap this year.
Dang.
What's her name? Dakota.
Yeah. Nebraska. Dakota, Nebraska.
Something like that. Yeah. I got her. I'm friends with her on Instagram.
Like Chelsea, Nebraska. Isn't it like
something like that?
It's something Nebraska.
See how many friends she's up to. Remember when we like friended her? She had like 1,300.
So, not Urban Meyer, but Nick Saban was the first NFL coach to have this what they call dream job clause, which I guess a lot of big name coaches who get lured into situations, they have written into their contracts. And what's his name? Who are we talking about? Nick Saban. Nick Saban, when he was with the Miami Dolphins, remember he just left after like 1 year with the Dolphins to go take the job at Alabama. Mm-hmm. It was because he had in his dream job clause that if the job of Alabama head coach comes up, I will be allowed to leave, to get out of this contract and take it. And so Urban Meyer, when he signed his deal with Jacksonville, he had the exact same clause, except this time it's Notre Dame. And that's why everybody's saying, that's why this just happened with Brian Kelly, because LSU came courting and Notre Dame said, yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. We're about done with you anyway. So, but Annie Agar with the tweet of the day, the tweet of the night, with the Notre Dame job opening up, this might be the second thing to fall into Urban Meyer's lap this year. That's pretty good. All right, so where were we? You want to go to Jussie Smollett, James?
Please do.
All right. So today, the special council that was convened in the city of Chicago, the county of Cook, to look into what exactly happened on that night back in January, two years ago. This is like, things been going on forever. Jussie Smollett, the star of Empire, or one of the stars of Empire. Here, you know what?
Aren't they all stars at this point?
There is no reason for me to be freeballing it when I have all of these notes from earlier today that we can. Well, James, I think everybody knows Jussie Smollett was. Well, I guess I'll set it up before I let you tell your side of it. So on the coldest night of the year at 30 below zero, Jussie Smollett decided at 2:00 in the morning that he was going to walk 3 blocks to a Subway restaurant that closed at 9 p.m. to pick up a sandwich. And while he was out there on the coldest night of the year, he was attacked by 2 white men who seemed to know an awful lot about his show Empire, which... 2 hillbilly right-wing white men are not going to know your character's plot arc in Empire. They're not sitting around watching the story of the Lion family. And he was attacked by them. and he was called the F word, and not the FU word, the FA word. He was called the FA word. He was called the N word, and not the nincompoop word, the other N word. And he was just traumatized. But James, Jussie fought him off. Jussie heroically battled there on the streets of Chicago because they can't keep him down, and he's going to fight for his rights, and you can't do this to me. Jussie was quite the hero to hear him tell the story. And then he went back to his apartment at the Lowe's Hotel and Residence in an incredibly nice part of downtown Chicago, a very high-end neighborhood. And he was talking with his agent on the phone, and his agent convinced him that he needed to call the police. So he got on the phone to the Chicago police, and 20 minutes later, the police show up at the front door. He opens the door, and he still has the noose around his neck, the noose that was forced around his neck. All of it so performative. So the next morning, the story broke, and the media, because they suck, ran with this sad news out of Chicago this morning, as beloved actor Jussie Smollett from the hit television show Empire was brutally attacked on the streets of Chicago by Trump shouting right-wing white people. I mean, they ran with this story. They ran with it. And the whole time they're running with it, the Chicago police are going, whoa, hold on a second here. This is not exactly how we're looking at this thing. So as it turns out, the Chicago police never believed the story, and the Chicago police had their own little thing going on. So they went back and they looked at all the tapes because, as I said, this was like a 1%er part of downtown Chicago where there's a lot of fancy hotels and a lot of tourists with money and all that kind of stuff. And so there's a lot of cameras and a lot of security cameras. And the police put together a nice little puzzle piece of what happened that day. And what they found was, hey, it wasn't two white guys wearing Make America Great Again hats. It turned out that they were two black guys, big black guys, and the confrontation on the street looked downright friendly. It didn't look bad at all. As a matter of fact, it looked as if they knew each other. And as soon as it was over, the two gentlemen got into a cab, which they drove in for 2 blocks approximately, and then they got on a ride share. They called an Uber, and the Uber took them straight to Midway Airport, where they boarded a plane for Nigeria. And that was it. They were out of the country. Okay. Then the Chicago police started coming out and saying, okay, so we don't think this is a real story. And of course, the media, you're racist! The racist cops of Chicago who can't. And it became that whole thing, which was absolutely ridiculous until on February the 13th, 10 days after the incident, when the two brothers came back from Nigeria and were promptly arrested while going through customs at Midway Airport. And as soon as they were put in handcuffs, they spilled everything. They told the whole story. They told about how they were paid $3,500. They knew Jussie because one of the brothers was his personal trainer on the set of Empire. And they were cooperating with the police. Jussie, when confronted with this, said, "That's not true. I'm a victim." And he went on stage in California on the Sunset Strip at some club where he was performing. And he gave an impassioned, tear-filled plea to the audience to always stand up for who you are. And I believe the quote that he said was, "They tried to hurt me, but I threw hands." And now you're looking at these guys, and you're looking at Jussie, who is essentially like a theater geek, and you're looking at these two bodybuilder, giganto personal trainers. Okay, this ain't happening. So here's what happened next. The Chicago Police Department said, yeah, that whole story was bullshit. You faked it. This is another Morton Downey Jr. at the airport thing. And we're going to charge you with 16 counts of everything, filing a false police report, all this kind of stuff.
They threw the book at him.
They absolutely threw the book at him. And the city of Chicago spent a shit ton of money on this investigation. I mean, the man hours trying to figure out so this dude, he got hit with a bill from the city of Chicago. Rahm Emanuel personally sent a bill for like $250,000 for all the overtime that police were put on because this celebrity was assaulted in Chicago. And you have to understand, Chicago takes that shit seriously, especially when it comes to the celebrities who are in town, because Chicago makes a whole lot of money off of all the movies and all the TV shows and all the shit that film in Chicago. Chicago has made their tax breaks and they've made it incredibly enticing for Hollywood to come and make things there. And every mayor since the 1970s has been like, okay, this is priority one because these movies make our city look good. These movies are good for tourism. These movies are good for blah, blah, blah. So when this happened to an actor, the city of Chicago, they got Hollywood screaming at him going, you got to protect our stars. You can't do it. So they put a lot into this investigation. So they throw the book at him, 16 counts. He's about to stand trial. A grand jury brings charges on all 16 counts. He's about to stand trial. And Kim Fox, who is the Cook County State's attorney, at the last minute decides we're dropping all charges. We are dropping all charges against Jussie Smollett because, well, he's going to forfeit his bond and he does so much for the community. Let's all just walk away from this. Now, Kim Fox, as it turns out, is a distant cousin of Jussie Smollett and has been seen many times on the set of Empire, posing for pictures with, the stars and hanging out with all of them. So that case went away. The entire city of Chicago was like, what the hell? Kim Fox is as corrupt as they come. By the way, 6 months later, she ran for re-election and won. So Kim Fox won re-election even after this bullshit. She sucks. Okay. So Rahm Emanuel, who could not freaking believe that the Cook County State's attorney
He's a little crooked himself.
Yeah, okay, but let's just talk about his role in this. A little crooked. We can talk about the Laquan McDonald murder tape. Yeah, he's very crooked. That son of a bitch. Okay, but in this particular instance, he was appalled at what the state's attorney did. And he wasn't running for re-election. He'd already announced that he's done. He didn't want to run for re-election. So he just went. Normally, the mayor of the city wouldn't go to war with the state's attorney's office in Cook County. It's just not. You can't get anything prosecuted. It's just trouble. You got to work together. But he went to war with Kim Fox, and he went out and he hired a guy named Dan Webb, who was a former U.S. attorney. Who a big job. U.S. attorney is a big job. Retired. Dan Webb took down the Chicago mob. He's a very famous guy in town, always on TV, retired. So Rahm went and hired Dan Webb and said, I'm going to appoint you to a special counsel, and you are going to reinvestigate this. Dan Webb came up with 6 charges. The original was 16, but he came up with 6 that he felt he could make stick. And today, jury selection began in the trial of Jussie Smollett, the second one. I don't know how double jeopardy works into all of this, but I guess since he was never actually tried,
they dropped him.
Yeah, they dropped him, and this is a different investigation that brought new charges. And so Jussie Smollett is now going to stand trial in the city of Chicago for being an asshole. I mean, that's really what this is about. He's just an asshole. James, take it.
First piece of evidence that I love is the body cam footage from the Chicago PD, because the guy has such a Chicago accent. It almost seems like a Saturday Night Live skit.
And the cop mustache. They all got the cop mustache.
Yeah. So like Jussie shows up, and you can see not in the cop that is talking to him.
Explain to me, is it Jesse or is it Jussie? Which one is it?
Right. Oh my God. Yeah, you sound like the cop. So Jussie shows up. He's like, yeah. So they put a noose on me. He's like, so you still got it on? Like the cop knew within like 4 seconds, maybe 6 seconds, that this was a farce.
The cop's notes in the report said victim was still wearing noose, and then there was a question mark in parentheses. Like, what? Like, that's weird.
Like, would you leave it on and just wear like a bolo tie, like it's casual wear? Or like if someone was doing a hate crime against me, I'd take it off in like the first 5 seconds. Get this thing off me. Now you're just wearing it around for 40 minutes. You just been, getting a cup of warm tea and just wearing your noose. It's like, that's what you've been doing this whole time.
He was also asked, James, here was another thing that was in the police report that was just beautiful. He was asked what he did with the sandwich that he bought from Subway. And Jussie Smollett said, well, I dropped it when I ran. And the cop said, that Subway closed 5 hours ago. Like, Jussie thought the Subway was
Are
open.
you sure about that? I think the Subway was still open. I think the Subway.
No, it wasn't.
He would have to. That can't. That is too wild.
100% sure about it. First of all of those places, like downtown Dallas, after the people go home from the business day, they close down. That Subway's not going to be open at 2 a.m. That is not a. No, it was.
I think I remember looking that up, and the Subway was open, and then there was even the defense of, like, what does it matter if I was going there at 1:30 in the morning to get a Subway? The fact that it's open means there's enough of demand. He's not the only person going. It's not that crazy. It wouldn't be open if people didn't go get a sandwich at 1 in the morning or whatever it was.
Hold on.
Okay. Because there was a little bit of planning, you know.
Wait, are you hearing something like howling?
No.
All right, now I'm sorry, James. Go ahead. I thought go ahead.
I don't know. I was going to ask E, do you have a recollection on whether or not the Subway was open?
No, it wasn't.
It seemed like there was at least some level of planning.
Here it is. I just looked up the Subway, 511 North McClurg Court. It's closed. It opens at 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. It's closed. So I don't know why it was. You can look it up yourself.
It seemed like there was such a level of planning that they would have checked that.
511 North McClurg Court. That's the Subway that he was walking to. Yeah, positive. Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Well, first of all, he wouldn't go to one. There's a Subway that is 24 hours, but that's not walking distance from Streeterville. The two Subways in downtown Chicago that he would have gone to is 511 North McClurg Court. That's the one that he went to, or 205 East Ohio.
Look, maybe in 2019 it was 24 hours a day, but since coronavirus,
I'm telling you it wasn't. But okay, let's not get bogged down in this detail because there's way more things.
It doesn't, you don't even need to add any more sauce to this. It's already absurd enough that the Subway was closed. On top of all that, the other thing is the bleach. The bleach. What is this? What are you, Malala or whatever? You're a girl in Afghan trying to go to school. People are throwing acid in your face or something. The bleach is completely unreasonable because it's just. Has anyone had bleach thrown on them before in a mug?
No. Does bleach freeze? Because remember, it was minus 30 wind chill factor.
Right.
How long were these guys walking around with a gallon of bleach in their MAGA hats and yelling in the middle of Streeterville, Chicago, this is MAGA country? Are you kidding me? The Obamas live a block away. What are you talking about? This is MAGA country.
Yeah, I like that part too because our Trump supporters, are they really anti-textile that they would want to screw up the pigment on your latest fashion with a cup of bleach?
Well, I think the bleach was make your skin white. I think he was going for.
That was what he was trying to imply.
Like they were trying to turn him into Sammy Sosa. Sammy Sosa's had the skin bleaching treatment.
Is that how that works? I don't know. He's pretty light skinned already. It kind of seems like a.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's what's going on.
All right, here's what I don't like about the case is the fact that it does kind of have a double jeopardy feel. And I realized that, having his cousin as a prosecutor mysteriously drop the charges with a
distant cousin.
But are they going to start doing this to other people who don't deserve it? Like if we don't get the result you want, you can just double up and no, this is even illegaler. So we're going to charge you at the federal level for some sort of statute that what are they charging him based on? Who is this special prosecutor? How does this work? Because I don't like the fact that there's
state charges. It's not federal charges.
Yeah, he's a former federal prosecutor who was retired, who was brought in to be James Comey, a special prosecutor who was hired by the mayor's office to investigate this case and see if there was any. And he investigated it. He had a whole bunch of things. They took it to a grand jury. The grand jury indicted. So now we got a court.
Of course he has questions about the case. Of course Jussie Smollett is totally guilty. But the thing is where does his authority come from that we can just redo this?
Well, they're not redoing it. They never did it. Like they charged him and dropped the charges, but he never went to trial. So he wasn't found guilty, and you're innocent
Right.
until proven guilty. So
Right.
essentially,
But
when
I
he
would
was
rather-
charged, but he was still innocent.
The concern is the precedent this sets. I would rather Jussie Smollett walk unpunished than set the precedent that we can just, if we don't like the result, we get in a legit court case. Otherwise, legit court
This is
case.
right. Any way to the proper ending. This is
No,
right.
no, it's not.
It's
There was
legal.
no,
Totally
but there
legal.
was no resolution to the first
Yeah.
one.
There were no, the state's
They
attorney's
dropped
office
the charges.
decided-
They charged him and
Well,
dropped
that's
him.
the explanation. If that's the explanation, I hope that's how the court.
Actually, hold on. I think in this may mean something. They didn't drop the charges. The state's attorney's office decided not to pursue.
Well, not
the
to
charge.
prosecute. Same
But
thing.
I think that makes
No,
a big distinction in the law.
Isn't it
I
like
think-
a city prosecutor that did the drop?
No, it was the county prosecutor, the county of Cook,
Okay.
who brings all the
Right,
cases
right,
in
right,
the city
okay.
of Chicago. There is no city prosecutor. So this was all right. Here, we'll read you a story. This is under the headline of everything you need to know about Jussie Smollett's
Can we
trial.
mention the Venmo, PayPal, Cash App tips? Just
Yeah, people can see it.
I see it down. I just wanted to.
I,
point it out.
I appreciate you saying that.
All right,
It's
we
just
won't
a
point it out that it's down there though.
Jury selection in the trial involving Jussie. Thank you for that, though. It's very nice of you to point that out. Jury selection in the trial involving Jussie Smollett began on Monday, putting the spotlight back on a case in which the former Empire actor faces accusations that he falsely reported a racist attack in 2019. Like, can this be? Is there any such thing as reverse hate crime charges? Like, shouldn't there be a new law? Oh, this would be something that, like, Marjorie Taylor Greene could get behind. There should be a new law that if you falsely report a hate crime, that now there's like a whole nother set of crimes that you can be charged with.
No, there's not a whole nother set of crimes. A false hate crime should be prosecuted as if it were a hate crime. They should be considered co-equals.
Okay. It's been nearly 3 years since Smollett, 39. Oh my God, he's 39 years old now. He plays like a 19-year-old on that show.
Gross.
Jeez. It's been nearly 3 years since Smollett, 39, first reported the alleged attack, and he now faces 6 felony disorderly conduct charges for allegedly lying to police. Here's what you need to know about the case. What does Jussie Smollett claim happened? All right, so this is going to be his new and improved story. Okay, this is the one that he's going into court with.
What? Put this on the screen. You're reading this?
Yeah, when you put on, I mean, it's just words.
Okay. It just sounds. I can't believe someone wrote this down, but this is someone's job. This is great. I love it.
This is from the Today Show. This is NBC News /Today. Yeah.
What a great time to have that job.
The actor told police that he was coming home from a subway in Chicago at around 2 a.m. on January 29th, 2019, when he was attacked by 2 men yelling racist and homophobic slurs who put a noose around his neck and threw bleach on him. Smollett claims drew a wave of fury across the country and condemnation for the alleged racist attack. He also claimed the men said, "This is MAGA country," in reference to supporters of former President Donald Trump. Also, another thing that we didn't mention, at least not to you, James, were you aware that he was in some pretty heated contract renegotiations with Empire, that he was trying to get more money, and that a week prior to the supposed attack, they had to evacuate the entire set because someone sent him a letter with powder in it?
He sent himself the letter.
Yeah.
That's great. He just
turned out to be smashed up aspirin. This was a long play for him. He was,
he's going for it though, isn't he?
Okay, so that's what Smollett said. What did police say that their investigation found? An investigation by police found that Smollett's alleged attackers were 2 brothers that Smollett allegedly paid $3,500 to stage the incident. Then Chicago Police Superintendent Eddie Johnson said, "Sleepy Eddie." That's a Chicago joke. He fell asleep in his car, and the Sun-Times photographer caught a picture of him at a crime scene sleeping in his car.
From New Orleans. I think he was previously in New Orleans. That I deal with him down here.
Well, we've got, because Eddie Johnson got replaced by David the old Dallas chief of police is now the superintendent of Chicago. David, the guy whose son shot cops in a stand. I don't know, whatever. Neither here nor there. Then Chicago Police Superintendent Eddie Johnson, Sleepy Eddie, said at a press conference in February 2019 that Smollett was unhappy with his pay on Empire and wanted to promote his career by using pain and anger of racism. Brothers Abimbola and Olabinjo. Oh God, Abimbola.
Shouldn't they have the same last name?
Yeah, they did. No, those are their first names, dude. Those are their Nigerian. Those are their first names. Abimbola and Olabinju Osundario. Abimbola
Oh, the
and
old
Olabinjo
brothers.
Osundario.
Right.
The Osundario brothers.
Yeah.
Told police that they were given money by Smollett to buy the rope for the news. Phone records showed that Smollett was in communication with the brothers around an hour before the alleged attack, as well as after the attack. This, according to text messages and surveillance video. The Osundario brothers have expressed remorse for their alleged role in the scheme and are expected to testify for the prosecution. NBC News correspondent Megan Fitzgerald reported on Today Monday. The brothers have not been charged with a crime. No, the brothers were allowed to walk. The police were like, just tell us
what
everything.
crime could they be charged with?
Conspiracy. Yeah, I mean, they were obviously
Participating in the
involved.
hoax.
Yeah. They definitely could have been charged. This, but the cop said, just go on record and testify when we need you to, and don't worry about it, guys. Don't you worry about it. All right, so now the question is, what is Jussie Smollett charged with now? After initial charges against Smollett were dropped in March of 2019, now this says dropped. The other article said failed to pursue or declined to pursue. So I don't know. Maybe there's no legalese distinction. I don't know. After initial charges against Smollett were dropped in March of 2019, a Cook County judge appointed a special prosecutor in June of 2019 to investigate how Smollett's initial case was handled. The special prosecutor, Dan K. Webb, then made the decision to further prosecute Smollett after finding abuse of discretionary and operational failures by the Cook County State's Attorney's Office. They were cousins. That's why she didn't. Webb's decision to reopen the case resulted in a grand jury indicting Smollett in February of 2020 on felony charges of making false reports. Smollett has pleaded not guilty to the charges, and that's the only charge. There are 6 charges.
Six charges of making false reports or something. Criminal mischief or something lame like that.
Smollett has pled not guilty to the charges and has stood by his story. He's anchored in, baby.
Packed.
He's anchored in. It's like we all have little boys, right? When you catch a little boy, you just know exactly what he did, but they are just anchored into their defense.
Absolutely.
They
all right. Hey, so I told you my favorite piece of audio is the body cam footage of the Chicago policeman confronting Jussie at the time.
Yeah.
My second favorite piece of audio from this, there's like a little 2-minute spiel from Ellen Page before she turned into Elliot Page in 2019 on the Stephen Colbert Show. And at the time, it kind of tugs at your heartstrings because even if she's wrong, like, her heart comes from a place of pain. Like you can hear like the personal anguish. And like, if you don't feel a little bit sorry for her that she's this bothered by it, you're just being a jerk. But the fact that she turns out to be totally wrong and she's like laying this whole guilt trip, it really, man, that's embarrassing for her. And it's almost funny to listen to it in retrospect. Do you know what I'm talking about? Do you remember?
I don't, as a matter of fact.
Okay, so Ellen Page, she played, her because she was Juno back in that movie with Michael Cera.
She's Vanya from Umbrella
Academy, right? Vanya. And so she's like the most powerful one that they have her on pills, but she can play the fiddle and get really pissed off and blow stuff up. But now she's chopped off her boobs and then posted topless pictures on Instagram and dared Mark Zuckerberg to take him down. And it's a whole weird thing going on now. But before, when she was still a girl and still had boobies, she was Ellen Page on Stephen Colbert's show, almost crying about the Jussie thing. And this was a week after. And so we all knew it was a hoax at this point. And
go ahead. I'm sorry.
And no, that's it. That's the setup. We all knew it was a hoax at this point, but they on TV were just pretending like they didn't know. They didn't know.
They needed it to be the absolute worst representation of humanity as possible. And when it turned out that one of their heroes, he plays a talented gay black minority. He's gay. He's talented. He's got a father in the series that doesn't appreciate that he's gay. You know, his father's like a hardcore old school dad. He's just so representative of the struggle that we go through that this couldn't pop. And he turned out to be a big fraud. Turned out to be a big old piece of garbage.
All right, do the Ellen Page on Colbert. Everyone needs to see this.
I actually don't have that, but what I do have, I have the 911 call. Do you want to hear the 911 call?
I want to go get some chips. Can I be right back?
Well, if you don't want to hear the
Mom was
911
walking him into the courtroom today, it looked like.
Was his sister there? Because I have to tell you, I feel so bad for his sister. His sister is such an incredibly good young actress. And every time I see her, I go, oh man, you come from a dirtbag family. His sister is, here, I think is it Jessie? Who's Jessie Smollett's sister? Let's find out what her name is. While James comes back. Who is Jussie Smollett's sister? God, is it Jessie Smollett?
So her name is Jessie and his name is Jussie?
No. It's Journey. It's Journey Smollett. Yeah. So here, let's she is, first of all, she is a smoke show, but above and beyond that, she's really good. She's really good in everything she's been in. She was in Friday Night Lights. She was in what else was she in? Friday Night Lights. I can't think of her name. Oh no, she was in Lovecraft Country on HBO, which was that new. You don't know what that is. Oh my God, she has changed her name. She has changed her name now to Journey Smollett Bell. So apparently,
Well, maybe she got married.
Yeah. No, look, man. She is. Do you know who I'm talking about, James? Do you know who Jussie's sister is? Journey Smollett.
She's like ridiculously beautiful. That one.
Oh my God, isn't she? She's like one, and she's such a good young actress. And I loved her on Friday Night Lights. That was the first time that I ever saw her. She was Smash's girlfriend.
That's right. Yeah. Forgot about her on Friday Night Lights. Right.
And then she went on to do Lovecraft Country, a whole bunch of. Hold on. Oh. There we go.
She's another actress. When you see her, you'd be like, oh yeah, I've seen her in like 4 things. I just didn't know her name.
She's staggeringly gorgeous. Yeah. All right. There you go. Is that Sharon? That's not Sharon, is it?
Nope.
Sharon is Karen.
Nope.
So anyway, every time I see her, I get really sad for her because her brother's a complete dirtbag, and she's now got to carry that shit around with her. Oh my God, she's beautiful. She looks good. Look, oh my God. It was Smash, right? Smash was her boyfriend. Yeah, the guy. Look at that. That is great. All right. So do you want to hear the 911 audio?
Sure.
Yeah, let's hear it from the night that Jussie Smollett was whatever happened. So here we go. Here it is. This is the following audio is presented as it was provided. Parts are redacted, but it does contain explicit language. Here we go. Jussie Smollett calling the Chicago Police Department.
January 29, 2019, 2 hours, 22 minutes, and 48 seconds.
Chicago, Emergency, Williams.
Yes, I'm at Hello?
Okay.
Yeah,
what's going on?
I just need a police to come by. I work with an artist. I don't really want to say his name, but
okay. So this is apparently his agent.
His agent. He went to Subway. He was walking by, and some guys, I don't know, they jumped him or something like that. And I just want to report it and make sure he's all right.
Okay, so we just checking the well-being. Okay, so
yeah.
Is this upper or lower?
Huh?
Okay.
I'm waiting in the lobby. I want to go back up to the apartment.
Okay, so you going back to the apartment, so you just going to leave him there?
Yeah, I came down because I didn't know the address. I didn't realize the address, and he was cool. He didn't want me to call you guys, but I feel like he needs to make a report.
Okay, so you can't make the report for him. Did he want to make a report?
No, he that's why I'm doing. He's definitely going to make the report. I'm going to make the report. Thanks, Coach.
Okay.
Hello?
Yes. It is.
All right. So I don't know what's going on here. I thought this was him. Let's not do this one. I did find something else here.
So that's his agent
that is his agent.
who's
yeah,
trying to get him more money with the TV show that he's on. So he's helping him.
Is he complicit? Right.
Agent
We
in
don't
on
know.
it.
All right, we're going to move on.
Here, James, I think this is what you're talking about. This is actual video from the apartment when the police showed up. So, man, we got video for everything these days. Let's check this out. All right, here we go. This is from CBS this morning, I guess. Can we see it? Yes, there we go. Okay, let's watch this.
Onto this never-before-seen video from the Jussie Smollett hate crime case shows what appears to be a noose around the Empire actor's neck. This video from a Chicago police body camera was taken inside Smollett.
Is this what you were talking about, James?
If they don't show the audio, it's worthless because the whole funny part is the cop going, "You still got it on."
Well, let's see. I think they're going to show it.
January, at the time when he
All right,
told
so there's
police
the
he was
news.
attacked. It's part of nearly 1,200 files, including more than 90 hours of footage, all newly released by the department. Adriana Diaz has the evidence that police say proves that the attack was actually a hoax.
He is like a star. He works on the show Empire.
Police body camera video shows the moment officers first arrived at Jussie Smollett's apartment after the actor claimed he'd been attacked. Smollett still has what appears to be a noose around his neck.
Do you want to take it off or anything? Yeah, I do. I just want y'all to see it.
Smollett told police he was assaulted by two masked men, yelling racist and homophobic slurs.
There's a bleach on me. Bleach on me.
For more than 3 weeks, at least 24 detectives searched for the two men and investigated Smollett's claims. They eventually reached this conclusion.
Smollett paid $3,500 to stage this attack and drag Chicago's reputation through the mud in the process.
Police say Smollett paid brothers Abel and Ola Osendai to stage the attack.
These guys are down for anything if you got the cash. Look at them.
Because he was angry over his salary.
Oh, where we going?
Newly released videos show the brothers on their way to the scene of the attack.
So what's going on here?
And their arrests at Chicago's O'Hare Airport less than a month later. The brothers told police Smollett paid them to conduct the attack.
I've been truthful and consistent on every single level since day one.
Smollett, who's maintained his innocence, was...
Did you notice that, James? Do you appreciate that tone that he's going? That's like a civil rights leader tone that he was putting on there. Yeah, I've been faithful and consistent. I mean, he is really a piece of shit. He is really just
Truthful
a garbage
and
human.
consistent.
Ugh.
He has
Yes.
admitted it. He's still right now maintains that he was attacked by the guys who did the noose and the bleach in the MAGA country.
You know, what really sucks is that, there really are hate or race motivated crimes going on out there. And then you got this clown show actually. And look, not like, you know what? I'm just going to leave it there. But there are real things that happen in the world. And this fool is out there trying to capitalize on the climate.
Arrested and later charged with 16 felony counts for lying to police, charges that were later dropped by the Cook County State's Attorney's Office. Stirring up massive protests. In March, we spoke to State Attorney Kim Fox, who defended the decision.
The nature of this case suggested that he was eligible for an alternative prosecution.
There's eligible.
That's right.
That's optional. You also could have moved forward and tried to go to trial with him.
We could have.
The backlash against State Attorney Kim Fox continued long after her office dropped the charges against Smollett. A judge has ordered a special prosecutor to investigate the handling of the case, which could lead to more charges against Smollett. Anthony?
All right, Adriana, thank you.
And they did lead to more charges, and that's what started today. All right. We need to do anything more on that?
I want regular
Find
updates.
him guilty.
Yeah, that's all that's left.
I just want regular updates. I love the story. I'm happy it's happening, but there is part of me that's concerned about Double Jeopardy. Just saying.
Yeah, but that's that's what I said at the outset. I don't think double jeopardy applies if there was no trial in the first place. I think you can't be tried for the same crime twice, but he wasn't tried. He never went to trial. The charges were not pursued by the prosecutor's office. So, that sounds like it's just out there blowing in the wind. I mean, I'd be upset if I were hit, righty? I mean,
sounds like going through due process. Sounds like going through a grand jury. It sounds like they went to court and it just didn't succeed, is what it sounds like.
How can you be upset if you're him, though? I
because you
mean,
thought you were clear of it, and now here it comes again. You thought you beat it with cousin Kim Fox, and here comes another arm of the legal system after you, saying, "Not so fast, dancer boy."
Dancer boy.
I hate it because I really did like his character. I liked the show. The first 3 seasons, I was a big fan of Empire, and he was one of my favorite characters on the show. And he was just, every time he would do something on the show, I would go, damn, this guy is one of the most talented people I've ever seen. And he is truly super talented at singing and playing and dancing and performing. And, then it turns out that he's this guy. And yeah, never mind. I said earlier in the high noon show that I had a friend who worked on that show, and when Jussie had to come back on the set and make his apologies to everybody for the distractions and all that kind of stuff.
Didn't he then get fired like immediately by Big Fox?
Yeah, he got fired not immediately, but he was taken off the last. They had 2 episodes left in the season to shoot, and he was suddenly written out of the last 2 episodes, and then he was fired. He was never brought back. But in the beginning, in the couple of weeks immediately following this, before they arrested the 2 brothers, and remember they said the Chicago police searched tirelessly for answers for 3 weeks. That's a lie. No, they didn't. They just had to wait for the brothers to come back from Nigeria. That's all they were waiting for. The brothers got on a plane and spent 10 days in Nigeria, and the cops were like, yeah, we know who they are. We know where they are, and, we're tracking their passport, and as soon as they come back to Chicago, we're going to arrest them. So that's why it took 3 weeks. They would have wrapped this thing up a lot sooner if those guys hadn't left the country for a 2-week vacation. But anyway, yeah, so the initial... The days following this, the cast and Lee Daniels, the executive producer of Empire, they were all, oh, we feel for him, and we just want him. We hope, we're glad that he's safe, and But then that changed very quickly. That changed. Lee Daniels started to go, hold on now, I'm not believing what I'm hearing here, and that's when they X'd him out of the series. And I hadn't been watching the series up to, like I said, I only watched like the first 3 seasons, and I thought it was really good, but for one reason or another, I never got back into it. I might get back into it. I might end up binging Empire because it is a very cool series. It's a fun series. But I don't know what they did with his character. I don't even know if it's still on. I'm not sure. Is it still on, or did it end its run?
I've not seen it advertised.
I'm pretty sure it's done.
Let me see here. Is Empire still in production at Fox? Let's see.
Here's information from Wikipedia.
Did they wind that sucker down and already have a series finale? That sounds like a promo I saw.
Let's see here. It looks like it might still. Empire is an American musical drama television series created by Lee Daniels. It is a joint production by Imagine Television and 20th Century Fox, syndicated by 20th Century Fox. Filmed in Chicago, blah, blah, blah. The series centers around fictional hip-hop entertainment company Empire Entertainment. It doesn't say.
Maybe they suspended it during COVID.
Yeah. It doesn't say. 6 seasons.
Emily says it ended.
Yeah. In July of 2020, it was reported that a spin-off series focusing on what's next for Cookie is in development, with Taraji P. Henson producing and starring. All right, so they're just going to spin off the mom. And that's fine because she was one of the best parts of the show anyway. Taraji P. Henson. Woo! Cookie Lion. I love me some Cookie Lion. She was fun.
They need to make a show about what Jeff Bezos' ex-wife is doing with $100 billion.
Yeah, that you got for being married to him for 4 years.
Doesn't know how to write a line of code. Doesn't know anything.
All right. So there, we got through that. What else you want to do here? What else? Anybody got anything else? Or are we just going to beat? You want to talk about the Playboy Mansion stuff?
Sure.
Is that anything of interest to any of us?
I know Emily's going to be mad, but can we talk about the Cowboy game real quick?
Yeah, go ahead. Cowboy Saints coming up Thursday night.
All right.
Coach McCarthy has the Cove.
He's got the Cruds, yeah.
Yeah.
So I know it's a loser's lament to blame the refs. I know it is. And I know if the Cowboys would have made that extra point or not doinked that field goal off the upright, they would have won. But damn, man, didn't that all come down to that one ref that called 4 pass interferences on Anthony Brown? Hadn't had a pass interference all year. Also, he's got 4 on, what was it, Deshaun Jackson. And I'm not saying they were necessarily trash calls, but there was some similar stuff going the other way that same dude didn't call. And I'm feeling that one guy, he's compromised, man. It was a little too one-sided from that one dude with that one flag that ruined my entire life on Thanksgiving. That's all.
Well,
that was pent up.
Yeah. And look, I do not like to blame the refs ever, but man, I have seen some shit this season. Look who you're talking to. You're talking to a guy who would have won on Monday Night Football against the Pittsburgh Steelers, except that the referees threw a flag and pulled 6 points off the board. We scored a touchdown, but then the touchdown got called back because of an illegal chip block. And then the replay showed that they didn't even make contact. The guy tried. The guy tried to make a chip block on him, but he never even made contact with the dude. And the flag was thrown, and the points came off the board, and we lost in the last couple of seconds by a field goal by 2 points. We would have won that game. So, yeah, man. And then that very same game, don't you remember? We sacked Roethlisberger, and the Bears linebacker who made the sack got the taunting call that he was he was just staring at the bench, and then the referee bumped into him, and as soon as the referee bumps into him, he throws the flag, and it's 15 yards. There is a problem this particular season in the NFL with the referees. What the hell? We need robots. That's what we need. We need robots. We need drones, humans. You know what? I always say that I don't like to blame the referees, but actually the truth of that is that I'm a baseball guy, so I don't argue balls and strikes. As a catcher, I always thought that was just bullshit. So I don't know that I necessarily need to extend that to the NFL, because I have seen so many bad referee calls this year, and not just on my teams, all across the league. And it's not just you as a Cowboy fan saying this, or me as a Bear fan saying this. Fans of every team have been bitching and moaning all season long about whether it's the taunting calls or just bad calls altogether, just missed calls.
Well, the thing that I think is the most ridiculous this year is the way that they're protecting the quarterback. You can't even touch that guy.
Right?
Just put him in a dress.
Last night, not last night, it was last afternoon. Aaron Rodgers, did you see the game, the Rams and the Packers, where Von Miller had his first sack of the game, and it was they threw a flag. It wasn't a sack because he got rid of the ball, but they threw a flag and said that it was roughing the passer, and it was 15 yards. The whole bit, and I don't know what the hell they were throwing a flag about. And look, I'm not trying to be an old guy. That's not how we would have done it in the 70s. No, it's not that at all. It's by any criteria, that was not a roughing the passer. But because it was Aaron Rodgers, and Aaron Rodgers jumped up and bitched at that's what I hate. That's what I hate the most. When there is no flag, but then one of these bitches starts, throwing a temper tantrum, and then the late flag comes in. Like, oh, okay, Aaron, here's your flag. You've convinced me. That's some bullshit, man. I've seen that more this year than I think I've ever seen. The late flag after an appeal from a player? Ugh.
Yeah.
Is this
I don't
spilling
know.
over into the NBA? There's been a few LeBron incidences that come to mind already this season, and it's early.
Well, but that's a whole different thing because LeBron is babied. LeBron is babied by referees, and players aren't putting up with it anymore. You blow on LeBron, and you get a foul call. That's crazy. We just saw it the other day where LeBron threw the elbow. Who was it? Who did he threw the elbow at? I forgot. LeBron James, who is absolutely babied like he's made out of glass by the NBA referees, throws an elbow at a dude and they don't even call it. They don't. Then the pushing and the shoving starts, and then the big fight starts. They didn't even call it. They eject the guy who got elbowed in the face. That's the guy who gets ejected. Oh, come on. If you're going to wrap LeBron James in glass and call everybody who just blows on him for a foul, you better call him for a foul when he throws a deliberate elbow in somebody's choppers.
Yeah, he made some guy bleed. That's what you're talking about, right?
Yeah. He elbowed him right in the face.
Thoughts on him getting the two fans kicked off the floor seats?
Oh, E, did you see this? Or were
No,
you
I heard about it. I didn't see it though.
Oh, that made me sick. That made me sick, you bitch. You're going to just start. Yeah, I didn't like that. LeBron James was apparently being heckled. Now, it's one thing if the people are, saying racist stuff. You don't need that. I think, then you got to throw people out for being, behaving against the norms of society, at least civilized society. But these people were just heckling him, and LeBron got tired of hearing it. Could you do that? Could somebody going into Madison Square Garden, could they do that to Spike Lee? Because Spike Lee, back in the Bulls era, when it was the Jordan Bulls, Spike Lee used to say some of the most obnoxious crap. It was always picked up on mic by the broadcasters who were right there. And no one would ever think to throw Spike Lee out. But a young couple who's harassing LeBron James, as is a fan's right to boo.
That's what you pay the money for, to be able to go in there and like say what you want. I mean, obviously you can't curse,
right?
but
Within reason, yes. But you can heckle. Since when you can't heckle a multi-millionaire athlete? Come on, what is this world coming to?
When you sit on, have you sat on floor seats? Do they give you any special rules? Because I've never seen.
Not that I'm aware of.
I have sat in floor seats.
Emil probably has. Do they give you? Does the usher like tell you? It's like, hey,
nope.
Keep it to a minimum, or don't cuss at them or something.
My floor seats were so awesome. It was my first week in town, and we had Mark Cuban on, and it was me and Craig Gass. And Mark Cuban asked if we wanted to go to the game with him, and so he gave us his seats, which turned out to not really be his seats because he was somewhere else. But I sat right next to his girlfriend at the time, who was now his wife. I believe her name was Tiffany. And it was me and Craig Gass, and we were right there on the floor. And it was so cool because during a timeout, I was playing with the ball. The referee put the ball right there, and I had it between my feet. Like my shoes, and I was knocking it back and forth between my shoes. Like, this is pretty cool. Oh, that's also the game where Mark Cuban said the coolest thing I've ever heard somebody say to a chick. But the Mavericks lost in like the last second. It was like a heartbreaker. And we all stand up, and Cuban's girlfriend, who I believe is now his wife, she stood up, and Mark immediately came over and he said, "Hey guys, did you have a good time?" We're like, "Oh yeah, thank you so much. We had a good time." And then his girlfriend tried to say something to him. She goes, Mark, and she started talking. Mark started walking, turned back to her and said, "Babe, I'll call you from the jet," and just turned and walked away. I just thought that was the coolest, most bad. He didn't want to, he came over because he first of all, he gave us the tickets because he was on our show, but I didn't get the tickets because of that. I got the tickets because he was a fan of Stern, and he knew Craig Gass from Stern. He wanted to make sure that Craig had a good time, so I just happened to get the tickets with him. But man, to be able to just stop your girlfriend cold and say, "Call you from the jet, babe," and then just turn and walk off with the rest of your team. That was so good. That's the power of a billionaire.
That's the power of a jet.
Yeah. "Call you from the jet, babe." But it was the babe too. That was just like so perfect. "Call you from the jet, babe." All right. Anything else, James?
Well, I had a moment similar to that with my wife where I was leaving her and I said, "Babe, I'll call you from the Honda."
I'll call you from a payphone. I'll pull over.
I'll pull over and call you at the payphone.
Yeah. All right, we only got a couple of minutes here, so I don't want to get back in. We'll save the Playboy Mansion talk for another day. Anything else that we need to? Let's see what's trending, shall we? See what everybody is talking about right now.
I don't want those strawberry candies.
Yeah, the Arcor strawberry bonbons is what they're called. Let's see.
Fresas rellenos.
Spinning. Here we go. Oh, there was a football game tonight.
Yeah.
Seattle Seahawks fall. The Seahawks lost to the Redskins tonight.
They did.
There is no Redskins, sir. This is the football team.
The Washington football team.
Sorry, my bad. Brian Kelly, we covered that. DK Metcalf, Pete Carroll, Jamal Adams. That's my jam. Urban Meyer, McKissick, Gino, Mavs are trending. Yeah, there's nothing. Yeah, we got nothing. There's nothing.
Do you know Oklahoma means redskin in some language? They're gonna have to change the name to like North Texas or something.
I believe that you've heard that and somebody told you and you've obviously believed it, but
I think I went so far as to even Wikipedia it.
That's what I'm doing. Hold on.
No, it is very suspect information. You're right to question it. I'm not saying you're wrong.
There you go.
It's cocktail party knowledge. I'm about 80% on, maybe 70.
Red people.
There you go.
Red people.
All right.
The state's name is derived from the Choctaw word Okla and Huma, meaning red people. It is also known informally by its nickname, the Sooner State.
All right. Something else I learned this week.
So wait. So why would they have to change the name of their state? Red people. Why would I don't remember. You're not the same thing. See, they're totally not. The Redskins is a pejorative that's been used against people for years and years. I don't believe red people.
No one's ever said it's freaking Redskins. And
you've never seen cowboy movies from the 50s, really? You've never. So it doesn't actually encroach upon your personal universe. So it didn't happen. That's how you roll.
I heard Alaska doesn't have counties. Like 48 states have counties. Louisiana has parishes, and Alaska doesn't have squat.
It's like all one big thing.
I don't know.
How many congressmen are there in Alaska?
One.
Yeah, just one, right?
Yeah. They have one congressman, 2 senators.
They've got to be the only state in the union that has more senators than congressmen, right?
No, like Wyoming only has one. There's a few states that only have one.
Oh, there are?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That makes sense. Ross Rubio says, just so everyone knows, the Brock's version of those strawberry candies are the inferior ones. One of the few times the name brand is actually the great value version. Jeff Glenn just picked up a 7-day Facebook suspension. What'd you do, Jeff?
Badge of honor.
What'd you do? I know. I've been banned from all the best platforms, but mostly it's always just for 24 hours.
I've been kicked out of Sherlock's. Beat that.
I'm banned. I can beat that. I'm banned for life from Graceland in Memphis.
What'd you do?
You've never heard that story?
I don't think
so. Story for another time. It was the 20th anniversary. I want to say 97, 20th anniversary of Elvis's death, and everybody was gathered there, and I got sent down there by the radio station to sort of just wreak havoc and be a stunt boy. And I cannonballed into his pool. And they dragged me out of his pool, and they arrested me, and I was told that I would never be allowed back in Graceland again. I don't know. And I'll never forget the security guard who was dragging me was telling me that I'm going to county jail, and that this is not the town you want to be in for fucking with the king. I'll never forget that. Man, you don't want to be in jail in this town for fucking with the king. I'm like, oh, they'll bail me out. This is a radio stunt. They'll bail me.
Real intimidating there. Real. Yeah, I mean.
Well, and, I'm banned for life, but I've never tested it. I mean, how could they?
How would they even know?
I know, right?
They've got facial recognition, AI. Hey, real quick, no one ever explained this to me. My mom's a big Elvis fan, and she can't explain it to me. What's up with the jumpsuit? Why did he start dressing like Ming the Merciless in the 70s?
Dude, before I could even begin to explain that, somebody is going to have to explain the whole Elvis thing to me. I don't get that at all. I don't. The most overrated megastar in the history of megastardom. He didn't write songs. He didn't play any instruments. I don't find him to be a particularly gifted singer. I don't know. I have no idea what that was all about. Yeah, Elvis Presley, Bob Hope, and John Wayne are three things that I just do not get. You'll have to explain to me why those
What
people.
about Burt Reynolds? We could add him.
No, Burt Reynolds. Burt Reynolds is great. Burt Reynolds is awesome.
I thought that like vest that he wore in Deliverance, like they just put him in this weird like scuba looking vest, like so girls would like ooh and ah at him.
Yeah, that was the pre-mustache Burt Reynolds back in Deliverance. That was Longest Yard era Burt Reynolds when he was like a Timothy Chalamet type. He was like a boy toy type back then.
Yeah, I don't know. He was good in one movie.
No, he was good in what do you mean good in one? Burt Reynolds movie draft. All right, everybody pick up your
I got Boogie
Wikipedia
Nights,
pages.
Boogie Nights, Boogie Nights, Boogie Nights, Boogie Nights,
You
Boogie
son of a bitch.
Nights,
Okay. No,
Boogie
hold on.
Nights.
Come on, pull it up. Burt Reynolds on Wikipedia. We'll do a 3-round Burt
Boogie
Reynolds draft.
Nights.
There we go. All right. I will go third. This will be a snake draft. Emil, you can go first. James will go second. I'll go third. Go ahead. Burt Reynolds movie draft.
Smokey and the Bandit.
Oh, Smokey and the Bandit is off the board. James.
I'm taking Boogie Nights. Boogie Nights. Boogie freaking Nights. Oh, yeah.
So strong. I am going to take The Longest Yard.
Wow.
All right. And now I get another pick. I am going to take Deliverance. James, it's your pick.
Wow. Striptease.
Striptease, very solid. He's now scrambling to find the Burt Reynolds filmography.
Well, the thing is Burt Reynolds plays Burt Reynolds in so many movies, but he definitely does not play Burt Reynolds in Deliverance and Striptease. But in so many other movies, he's just Burt Reynolds. He's like, hey, I'm the cool guy, run from the cops, got this flashy car, let's go, ladies.
I can't even think of another one.
All right, so I have, just to recap, James, what are your movies?
I got Boogie Nights and Striptease. Boogie Nights and Striptease.
And I've got The Longest Yard and Deliverance, and I'm going to be adding Cannonball Run.
Okay, yeah, that's another one.
It's always all right. You're up. Oh wait,
you took my Cannonball Run.
You know what? Did I? Okay, go ahead. You can have Cannonball Run, even though you admitted that you didn't think about it until I said it. But go ahead. You can have Cannonball Run.
I'm not looking up any more of his movies.
James,
dang, what is your deal with not? You don't even want to play?
No,
I don't want to play.
I don't like that
James,
guy.
Is he too cool for this? Is that what's going on?
You don't like he's a freaking icon. Burt Reynolds is awesome. Go ahead, James. You got one?
All right, I'm looking and I'm trying to narrow it down.
No. He gets another one because it's a snake draft.
Mm-hmm.
So he picks last and he picks first. Okay, so you picked Cannonball Run. What is your next one to round out your
Sharky's Machine?
Sharky's Machine. Solid choice. All right, so your draft is Smokey and the Bandit, Cannonball Run, Sharky's Machine. James picks our Boogie Night, or no, your first round pick was Boogie Night. Second round pick was
Striptease,
and your third round pick is going to be.
Can I Smokey the Bandit too?
Yeah, of course you can.
It's pretty good.
Is that what you're taking, Smokey and the Bandit?
Well, I'm looking through the list and I don't know most of these. I feel like an idiot. But I know I saw him when he was on the Larry Sanders Show, but that's not going to make the top of the list.
Yeah, no, it doesn't count.
No, give me Smokey and the Bandit 2.
Smokey and the Bandit 2. All right, I am going to go with Best Little Whorehouse in Texas. So those are my three. My three are my 3 are Longest Yard, Deliverance, Best Little Whorehouse in Texas. Amy's 3 are Smokey and the Bandit, Cannonball Run, and Sharky's Machine, which is a strong pull. James's 3 is Smokey and the Bandit.
2.
No. Yeah, Smokey and the Bandit 2.
Boogie Nights.
Boogie Nights
Striptease.
and Striptease. There we go, folks. That's going to do it. That's our Burt Reynolds power draft.
Gator.
I think Gator, Hooper. Nobody said Hooper. Nobody said Smoking, or nobody said Cannonball Run 2. Nobody said Stroker Ace. Well, there's a whole bunch out here. Smoking the Bandit Part 3, The Man Who Loved Women. Yeah, come on. You can go on forever with Burt Reynolds movies. The guy's a genius. The guy's absolutely brilliant. Malone. Nobody said Malone. Nobody said, let's see.
But this all got started because you said that you thought that Bob Hope, Elvis, and John Wayne were like
Don't get them.
Overrated.
Completely. Don't get it. Okay, so we've talked about Elvis. What did Bob Hope do? What was he? Was he a comedian? Was he an actor? What was Bob Hope?
He did the Shell commercials for lots of years.
All right.
I remember
he was a guy
that.
who did commercials. At least with John Wayne, we can go. He was in movies. He was an actor. Not a particularly good one, but he was an actor. What the hell did Bob Hope do? What was his job? He wasn't a stand-up comedian.
Seemed like he was always around at like parade day time.
He was an MC.
Yeah.
He was a professional master of ceremonies. And for some reason, in this country, we made him one of the biggest stars on the planet.
He was most certainly a comedian.
He tried, but I mean, he
Bob
wasn't.
Hope, what was he doing on the USO tours? He was doing comedy.
MC, he was master of ceremony. He was filling time and introducing dancing girls. He wasn't doing an act.
I've seen him do comedy, dude.
Henny Youngman was a guy who did. There were actual comedians back then. He wasn't one of them. He was like some weird. Yes, there were aspects to what he did that you could say, well, it's kind of like a comedian what he's doing up there right now. But all he truly ever did was he introduced dancing girls to soldiers. That's what he did. That's what he became famous for. I don't get it. I had no idea. No idea. I'll tell you somebody who got famous for one thing, but I absolutely love and adore for another, and that would of course be America's favorite failed presidential assassin, John Hinckley. All right, we'll be back tomorrow at noon for the high noon edition. Say goodbye, James.
Goodbye, kids. I love
there
you.
He goes.
Time.
There he goes. James Parker live from New Orleans. All right, everybody say goodbye to sunglasses. Bye, sunglasses. There he goes. And now it's my turn to say goodbye. Hope to see you tomorrow at high noon. Bye, everybody.
I would not be free. All the work I had to do, and freedom came to me. I was down and out, without a doubt, looking for my home. I was down and out, without a doubt, the only home I've known. I am not the hurting kind, I wish you all the best. I have come so very far to finally pass the test. I was down and out, without a doubt, looking for my home. I was down and out, without a doubt, the only home I've known. I would like to settle down, just live off the land. Serenity is what I found. I have to make a stand. Everyone has a dream, honey, so did I. I was lost in the world, enough to make you cry. I was down and out, without a doubt, looking for my home. I was down and out, without a doubt, the only home I've known. I was down and out, without a doubt, looking for my home. I was down and out, without a doubt, the only home I've known.